All righty, kids, hi! Hi, everyone, how are you doing?
Empty kit.
Good.
Empty kit.
That's good, that's good, that's good.
The empty kits are right here.
So you're here on a Saturday, instead of watching cartoons, you're watching some local drag performers. It's really
Where are the downs? Where are the I think the downs are in one of these.
We're reading Time with the Queens. My name is Miss Callie, and before we do anything else, I'm just gonna sing the Reading Time with the Queens, a theme song. Here we go. Take a stand to make a scene. It's reading time with the Queens. I know you've been hoping for reading time with the Queens. The library's open for reading time with the Queens. There's lots to know about the world today, so open a book, let's make our way. There's crafts to be making at reading time with the Queens. There's songs to be singing at reading time with the Queens. Today we'll learn that we each are a star. We'll spread kindness wherever we are. It's so much fun, but it's not a dream. It's reading time with the Queens. Queens! There you go. That's the theme song, yeah. Today, so whenever we do reading time, we have a theme. Can you guess what today's theme is? Any guesses? So you made your feather and dusters already. What do you do with the feather? What do you do with a feather and duster? You dust, you undust, right? Cleaning. We're talking about cleaning. Cleaning. And because it's almost spring. Ooh, I heard it's going to snow tomorrow. But it's almost spring. We're doing spring cleanup. Spring cleanup is the theme of today's reading time. And so to help us learn, one thing we also do at every reading time is we learn some sign language. Some sign language to help us with the theme of the reading time. So we have Mr. Zay here. Say hi, Mr. Zay. Hi, Mr. Zay. Mr. Zay, you want to come over this way? You good? Okay, good deal. Mr. Zay is deaf, so he can't hear you, but instead of talking like we usually do, he'll use sign language in order to communicate. And so we're going to learn some of the signs that he'll use when we're talking about spring cleanup. How are you, Mr. Zay? How are you? Good? You're doing good? That's good. So normally what's best is if you don't know how to use sign language, having an interpreter is usually best. Today we don't, so I have a whiteboard and I'm just going to ask some questions of Mr. Zay. We're going to learn our signs. Okay, so what signs are we learning today? Question mark. Signs are we learning today? You're going to show us, okay. I got a little thing. Very good. Do clean it on your hands. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Mr. Zay said spring. Spring's our first sign. How do you sign spring? Spring. Okay. Spring. Can you do that with us? So you take your hand like this, and then you have your hand like this. Spring.
Like a flower.
Yeah, like a flower.
Bloom.
When it's springtime, the flowers come up. Yeah. So you kind of fold it like this. Spring. Perfect. Yeah. That's how you do spring. And then, since we're doing cleaning today, how do you sign clean? Clean. Ooh, so it's like you're scrubbing a surface. Clean. Yeah. Clean. And then the last one, you wrote understand. Understand. There we go. Kind of like a light bulb. Oh, understand. There you go. So we got 3 signs, and what I'm going to challenge you to do is use those signs, and we'll try and help you throughout the books that we're reading today. So one more time, let's all do it together. Here we go. Spring, clean, and understand. Yes. We might not see understand in the book, but you'll come to find out that a lot of the books are about understanding each other. So, understand each other. All right, thank you so much for showing us the signs. And without further ado, we have our very first book. It's going to be read by none other than Mr. Lance. Hey, Mr. Lance!
Hi.
Mr. Lance, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you today, Miss Callie?
I'm doing wonderfully. So you have a book.
I do. I have a very special book. This book is called Daisy, and it's by Jessica Bagley.
Very nice, very nice. So it's Jessica
Yes.
with a
Jessica
an
with an X. That kind of, it's different. It's fun.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this book has some really fun pictures in it. Before we even get to the words, we've got a super bunch of. You guys can like scoot in if you want.
Yeah,
Come
if you
in.
want to scoot
Come
in, so
close.
you can
Come
see
look.
the, yeah, move up your carpet
Move
rectangles.
up your mats. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be too close, but you want to make sure you
You
see
want to be able
into.
to see, definitely. This has got some really pretty pictures in it. Look, I like this one a lot. She's got some siblings going on. All right, everybody ready?
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm ready.
Daisy was named after her mama's favorite flower. This is Daisy here. She's got some siblings going on. And look, she's in a field full of daisies.
Very spring-like.
Yeah. Do you want to know why this book is so special or so fun?
Why?
Daisies are also my favorite.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. They seem plain, but when you look closer, you see their beauty. Her mom would say. There's Daisy's mom. She's putting a daisy into her hair. There were times when she didn't feel like her, especially at school. There she is, she's going to school. You don't look like a daisy, said Rose. More like a thistle, said Violet smugly.
It's not very nice at all.
Oh,
Not very nice to call someone a thistle.
Hazel and all the rest of the girls laughed. Daisy put her head down. The rest of the girls, there's Daisy back in the back by herself with her head down.
And make sure you. You see okay?
You guys see? Yeah, good. Okay. She put her head down a lot of the time. So she was by herself, her head down. Look, she took a flower out of her hair, ripped it up and threw it in the water. Poor Daisy. So Daisy made her own fun. When she looked down, she found a whole magical world of things that seemed overlooked, just like her. Treasures that were once special and adored, now forgotten, seemed the most beautiful of all to Daisy. She's looking down, seeing what she can find when she's looking down. Those were her prized possessions.
I love how the pictures are showing a nice spring landscape.
Yeah.
She's able. What did she find there?
What is that? What do you see? Looks like she found like a broken teacup that somebody left behind.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah. It is still usable, you're right. She kept them secret. It was a magical place, hidden from the eyes of others. You know what? I skipped a part. Okay. Let's go back. She kept them secret. No one knew about Daisy's fort. It was a magical place, hidden from the eyes of others. Buttons, lost marbles, cracked teacups, old glasses, empty jars, tin cans with colorful labels. They were old and useless items to others, but to Daisy they were priceless. And she honored and loved each one for its special beauty. Look at all the stuff she's got going on. There's an umbrella there. There's all sorts of stuff up here. There's a teapot. Looks like maybe there's a stuffed dog in there. There's lots of crazy stuff going on. She's finding all sorts of treasures. Things were less magical outside of her fort. There goes Thistle, looking for junk again, said Violet. The others just laughed. So mean. Daisy pretended to be busy looking for treasures, but her head hung so low, all she could see was her feet. One day, after school, she returned to her fort and saw a beautiful crystal candy dish outside the entrance. How pretty! Where did this come from? Said Daisy.
Yeah.
She placed it among her treasures and went home. The next day, Daisy was out looking for mushrooms for her mother when she came across an old broken saucer in the underbrush. "Oh, what a lovely find," she said with excitement. On her way home, she stopped by her fort to put her new prize inside. Once again, when she got there, something was waiting for her. Daisy held the broken pocket watch up to her ear and imagined the soft, silvery sound of the hands ticking away.
Pocket watch.
There,
Pretty
there's
nifty.
a broken saucer. Saucer's like a little plate.
A teacup.
Yeah, she can go with the teacup she found earlier.
Okay.
That night, Daisy couldn't sleep. Where are all these things coming from? And why? Will there be anything tomorrow? And she's trying to sleep. There's all of Daisy's brothers and sisters. Looks like they're all sharing a bed. That's kind of fun. Each day after school, Daisy would head to her fort. And each day there was a new item to be cherished. But she still didn't know where they came from. She's finding all sorts of stuff. This one's a mirror. That's an old key. Those are fun. Until the day she stayed late after school. To find out what happens. When she got to her fort, she heard a rustling sound. "Hey," called Daisy. "What are you doing?" "I'm just leaving this for you," said the visitor bashfully. "I've seen you looking around for stuff outside of school. And look, there's a little visitor. Looks like she's made a skunk friend. How fun is that?" Turn the page, there we go. "Oh, most people think I'm silly for liking old junk," she said, keeping her head down. "Junk? I think they're treasures,"
Aww.
the visitor whispered. "How sweet." Daisy lifted up her head. Huh? "Hi, I'm Fern." "I'm Daisy," she said with a smile. "Would you like to go for a walk?" said Fern. "Maybe we'll find something special along the way." "I bet we will," said Daisy. And that's the end. Look, Daisy made a friend. That's Fern. Woo. New best friend. How fun.
That's good. Hey.
Yeah.
That was Daisy.
Yes, that was Daisy.
There you go. Thank you, Mr. Land.
Of course, thank you. What's next?
Well, I was just going to say, I really like that book, not only because of, like I said, the spring, you get to see all the flowers, but also, it was nice to see in the end that Daisy was able to find a friend who understood her. Yeah. So I want to sing a song if I can get back
Yes,
to my
let's try
ukulele.
spots.
Oh, okay. I want to sing a song that I found. It's kind of about like finding somebody that you really like, you can't wait to be around, just kind of like Daisy found her friend. And this song is called, if you know it, you can sing along, if you're loud, I'll let you. How about that? It's called Walking on Sunshine. Now every time I go for the mailbox, gotta hold myself down. week and not back for a day. Oh no, no. I said, baby, I just want you back, and I want you to stay. I'm walking on sunshine road. I'm walking on sunshine road. I'm walking on sunshine road. And don't it feel good, yeah. Alright now. Don't it feel good, yeah. Alright now. I feel the love, I feel the love, I feel the love, alright now. I feel the love, I feel the love, I feel the love, oh. I feel the love, I feel the love, I feel the love, yeah. Sunshine, I'm walking on sunshine. Nice, yeah, when you find someone who understands you, it's nice. Can't wait to see them. You're walking on sunshine in the springtime. See, it all connects. It all makes sense. You really think about it.
Hey everyone, we're here. You ready for Craft Corner? I'm Miss Barb, and where's Miss Callie? Miss Callie, what's up? What's going on?
What?
What? Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing?
I'm undusting.
Undusting.
Undusting, yeah. What?
Do you mean dusting?
No, I know. Hi. It's me, Miss Kelly. No, I mean undusting. Have you ever heard of undusting? It's when you have, the things are dusty. You take an unduster like this.
Oh, and then you take the dust off. Therefore, you are
Undusting.
undusting.
Yes. You have to make sure you're very particular about these things, or else you're just not
That's-
gonna know. People aren't gonna know.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
That's a great way to make cleaning up fun too.
Yeah. Undusting. This is an unduster. You made this unduster for me.
Yes, I did.
You did. Well, why don't I'll take a break from undusting. You can show everybody how to make an unduster. How about that?
Super simple.
Super simple. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put my unduster down, and we're gonna make a new unduster.
Yes.
Ready? Okay.
Ready. Okay. Supplies.
Supplies.
Feathers.
Feathers, because it's a feather unduster, obviously.
So we're using about 10 craft feathers. Get those at the craft store,
Oh, I dropped it. I dropped an orange one.
Oh, Miss Kelly.
Okay, I got it.
All right. Stick, wooden dowel stick.
Mm.
This is about 8 inches long. You can buy the ones that are, about 3 feet long, I think. But then you just cut it to size.
Yeah.
And I measured and tried. This is about 8-inch long.
Right. Well, so when you're cutting, though, make sure that you are doing it with the help of an adult.
Because you kind of have to use a saw.
Kind of gotta use a saw. Or if you find like any stick, you probably use like a pencil. You probably use all kinds of things on it. Today we're using a very professional looking dowel. We're making a very professional unduster.
Exactly. All right. We need tape. What I have here is some, what was this called? It was called T-Rex tape.
T-Rex tape.
But basically it's like duct tape. It's just narrower.
Mm.
So it's super sticky. But you're only going to use just a couple of inches of this. So even if you just got some duct tape, which most people have duct tape, just cut it and cut it long ways so you just have a narrower strip.
Gotcha.
And then we have this teal tape, which is just from an art store.
Okay.
And this is just to pretty it up, just to kind of finish it off.
So we call it aesthetic. It's aesthetic. So yeah, T-Rex tape.
Art
and
tape.
art tape. Teal. So okay.
This comes in many colors. I had a hard time deciding.
Oh, so you don't have to use blue, is what you're saying? Use all kinds
What
of
would
different
you
colors.
have preferred?
Oh, I love blue. Blue's my favorite color.
I was gonna get purple, but
Purple's
then
your favorite color.
it was, but then I thought it wouldn't go so good with my neon
Right.
feathers.
Well, I think that I agree with your color choice, and let's move on.
All right, guys. So we start with the silver tape. It really is sticky. Literally, you can barely get your fingers off. All right, you want to measure about 6-8 inches of this silver tape.
Don't have to be exact though.
Oh, of course. And I think. Okay, got it. Do you want to make this, Miss Kelly?
Yes,
Or
yes.
do you want to watch?
I would love to make it. Okay, so you lay out the silver, the T-Rex tape. Okay, now I'm having trouble.
Yeah. I found that the dowel
Helps.
is a good way to
Okay.
hold it down.
Now what
So-
do I do?
All right. Okay. Feathers.
Okay.
Grab a feather.
Okay.
You may see up here you've got like a fluffy end.
Mm-hmm.
Here you've got like a little pokey end.
Pokey end.
And you want to
Pokey
put the pokey end on the tape.
Okay. Right.
And I'll show you just the first one. Leave a little bit of an edge so you have something to tape it together with.
Right.
And put the feather down, about 2 inches from the bottom.
Gotcha. Okay. And
You want a
want
little bit of an overhang.
Gotcha.
there.
Okay. So I can kind of just make this as floofy or as spread out as I want.
Exactly.
Okay. And I can kind of
Whatever-
alternate.
Yeah. You can use the same feather, a little pack. If you just find the feathers in all one color, you can do that. You can mix and match colors.
Oh, yeah.
These are very inexpensive at the store, so
Very good.
you could do so many projects with them too.
Oh, right. You never know when we're gonna need a good feather.
Exactly.
It's been a little while since I've like worn feathers. When was the last time I wore feathers? Probably way back.
When you were a flamingo.
Yeah, when I was a flamingo. Today I'm dressed as Amelia Bedelia. You haven't seen the Amelia Bedelia book, but Miss Eris is gonna read it to us, and I'm dressed exactly like.
Yes, that'll be on our YouTube channel in about a week.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
By
a
the
week
time
from
you
now.
see this,
Sorry.
you're already watching it.
Yes.
That's how time works.
Sorry.
You gotta. We're live now from Craft Corner. Crafts.
Yes.
Okay. I've paid super close attention to how the pattern is.
Did you go green, yellow, white, whatever?
Yeah.
Whatever colors were there.
Okay. Now what next?
You take the dowel.
Okay.
And you want to stick it on. You'll find a little end of sticky tape
Oh, I think
there.
I've covered it all in like this.
Yeah, and put it a little bit above the top of the tape.
Okay. And then
And
do I
just
roll it up?
Roll it up.
Okay.
Not too tight though. You want it to be a little bit loose.
All right.
Because that makes the feathers fluffier.
Kinda
Because if
fluffy.
you tow it too tight, they're
Right.
going to just squish
Okay.
together.
And that's pretty. I think I got a hang of that. Okay. Ooh, I'm really sticking. The feathers make it really. I needed like a little bit more. I think.
Okay. Do you want more silver tape?
Just a bit.
Okay.
Pack it too tight here. There we go. Ooh, it's hard to use.
Gotta use my Hercules strength there.
There. Okay, I just need to close her up. And there we go. Like that. And there we go. Okay, I did it.
All right.
There we go.
This is for the art tape. We
Okay.
basically got it to finish it off, make it look nice.
Right. This is, yeah, like I said, the aesthetics. The aesthetic! Okay, and then I just put it over the top?
Yep, you just start with one end
Boom, boom, boom.
and roll her up. While you're rolling, try to grab the bottom where the stick is and pinch that part.
Okay, so I'm gonna pinch,
So it
pinch.
basically, exactly, pinch and roll. People
Pinch, pinch,
and
pinch.
roll. That helps the stick
Pinch,
tape
pinch, pinch, pinch.
stick to the stick.
Pinch, pinch, pinch. There we go. Pinch. Pinch, 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 pinch. Okay.
Sound effects help.
I agree.
They are optional.
Oh, it looks really secure. Oh, maybe.
Oh, is it not?
I
Okay.
should. It was, and then I unsecured
Okay,
it.
so if it's unsecured, you actually just get another little piece of finishing tape
Okay.
and you
Just re-secure it. Go a little bit lower this time.
fair about lower. Come
Oh,
down,
okay,
just
just
so
that.
you can have.
Okay.
Oh, Miss Kelly, you should have started on one end. Oh, you did. You did.
I'm
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I didn't do the pinching part. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna go. Pinch, 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 pinch. And then finally. Pinch, 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 pinch.
There. No,
Okay.
Nobody knows the difference, and your stick is secure.
Woo! Guess what? Now I have 2 feather undusters. This is great, Miss Barbara. I love this.
Yeah.
Now I can undust twice as fast.
Hey, there
Do,
you
do,
go.
do, 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 do. Do you need undusting?
Oh,
Can I undust you?
Probably.
I'm gonna undust you. There we
It's
go.
really cute, really colorful,
There we go.
fun.
This is really fun. I like this. And you can follow along here. You just need to make sure that you get all the stuffs. And if you want more information about this craft, you can find it on Craft Corner on Reading Time with the Queens. .com. Sorry, it was a website. Thank you so much for showing us this.
You're welcome.
Alrighty.
It's cute.
It's cute. And now we'll go back to the Unduster, the extraordinaire, the original Unduster, if you will.
It's great.
Miss Eris is going to read us Amelia Bedelia. So here we go.
Funny stuff.
See you over there. Bye.
Bye.
Woo. Alrighty, we have one more book by a very special reader, Miss Eris.
Hi,
Hey,
guys.
Miss Eris. Yay.
Hello. It's so nice to meet all of you. Are we doing okay? Yeah, I really like your feather undusters. They're
Very
so
good.
pretty.
Very good.
Awesome.
Speaking of feather undusters, you have a book for us.
I do, and it's definitely all about cleaning.
Cleaning.
Yeah, all about cleaning with a little bit of spring.
A little bit of spring.
Yeah, a little bit of spring. Okay, so I am going to read to all of you Amelia Bedelia. This is by Peggy Parrish, and the pictures are done by Fritz Seibel. We ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, Amelia Bedelia.
Which,
Oh,
sorry, by the way, this is who I'm dressed as today.
Yes.
This is Amelia Bedelia.
Can you
tell?
see?
Can you tell? There's the flowers.
yes, Miss
The
Callie
flowers.
looks like Amelia Bedelia.
There we go. Okay, that's all I had to say that. You know. Hi, come on over. We got some carpet square or
We're reading
carpet
one more book. If you'd
rectangles.
like to join us.
We're doing a
You
book.
don't have to. You can stay wherever you
want?
want.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, let's get started. Oh, Amelia Bedelia, your first day of work, and I can't be here. But I made a list for you. You do just what the list says, said Mrs. Rogers. Mrs. Rogers got into the car with Mr. Rogers. They drove away. My, what nice folks. I'm going to like working here, said Amelia Bedelia. Can you see she's just starting her new job? Right out in front of their big house.
That's a lot of houses.
It's a lot of house to clean. Amelia Bedelia went inside. Such a grand house. These must be rich folks. But I must get to work. Here I stand, just looking, me with a whole list of things to do. Amelia Bedelia stood there a minute longer. I think I'll make a surprise for them. I'll make a lemon meringue pie. I do make good pies, she says. So she's gonna bake them a pie for when they get home. How nice! Yeah, yummy. That's sweet. So Amelia Bedelia went into the kitchen. She put a little of this and a pinch of that into a bowl. She mixed and she rolled. Soon her pie was ready to go in the oven. There, said Amelia Bedelia. That's done. So she's just finishing baking her pie, putting it in the oven. Now, let's see what this list says. Amelia Bedelia read. Change the towels in the green bathroom. Amelia Bedelia found the green bathroom. Those towels are very nice. Why change them? She thought. Then Amelia Bedelia remembered what Mrs. Rogers had said. She must do just what the list told her. Well, all right, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia got some scissors. She snipped a little here and a little there, and she changed those towels.
Oh.
Yeah.
You don't think that's what she was supposed to do?
So she doesn't quite understand, right? She's taking it very serious.
What are you talking about? I think she understands just fine. It said to change the towels. She changed the towels.
She's changing the towels, is that right?
She changed the towels.
Yeah?
I think she did great.
Oh.
Great time. Yeah.
There, said Amelia Bedelia. She looked at her list again. Dust the furniture.
Perfect. Yes.
Did you ever hear of such a silly thing? At my house, we undust the furniture. So that's why you have feather undusters. But to each his own way. Amelia Bedelia took one last look at the bathroom. She saw a big box with the words dusting powder on it. Well, look at that. A special powder to dust with, exclaimed Amelia Bedelia. So Amelia Bedelia dusted the furniture. That should be dusty enough.
Perfect.
My, how nice she's in here putting dust on all the furniture.
Exactly how I said to do it.
Yep, she's dusting the furniture. That's not what they mean.
What are you talking about? Why did they write dust the furniture then? What are you talking about?
Kind of funny, huh? Draw the drapes when the sun comes in, read Amelia Bedelia. She looked up. The sun was coming in. Amelia Bedelia looked at the list again. Draw the drapes? That's what it says. I'm not much of a hand at drawing, but I'll try. So Amelia Bedelia sat right down and she drew those drapes. Can you see how she's drawing the drapes?
What
Yep.
else is she supposed to do there?
That's a good question. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe I don't
She's
understand.
just drawing the drapes.
She's drawing the drapes.
I didn't know that was something you had to know how to do as a maid.
As a
but-
maid, yeah. Hey. Amelia Bedelia marked off about the drapes. Now what? Put the lights out when you finish in the living room. Amelia Bedelia thought about this a minute. She switched off the lights, then she carefully unscrewed each bulb. And Amelia Bedelia put the lights out. So those things need to be aired out too? Just like pillows and babies? Oh, I do have a lot to learn, she says. Can you see she took all the light bulbs out and put them out to air, outside?
Well, what else would she have done?
She put the lights out,
Yeah, she put the lights out.
It's true. My pine! Exclaimed Amelia Bedelia. She hurried to the kitchen. Just right, she said. She took the pie out of the oven and put it on the table to cool. Then she looked at the list. Measure 2 cups of rice. That's next, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia found 2 cups. She filled them with rice, and Amelia Bedelia measured that rice. Amelia Bedelia laughed. These folks do want me to do funny things. Then she poured the rice back into the container. So she took 2 cups, filled them with rice, and measured it with a measuring tape.
How tall was it?
She measured the rice. It looks like, I don't know, I'd say a few inches.
Yeah, a couple
maybe.
inches of
Yeah,
rice.
a couple inches of rice. She measured it. And then put it back in the box. The meat market will deliver a steak and a chicken. Please trim the fat before you put the steak in the icebox, and please dress the chicken. When the meat arrived, Amelia Bedelia opened the bag. She looked at the steak for a long time. Yes, she said, that will do nicely. Amelia Bedelia got some lace and bits of ribbon, and Amelia Bedelia trimmed the fat before she put the steak in the icebox. So she trimmed the fat by putting ribbon and lace around the steak. That's how she trimmed it. She gave it trim. Now, I must dress the chicken. I wonder if they want a he chicken or a she chicken, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia went right to work. Soon, the chicken was finished. So she dressed the chicken. See how she's getting it ready? Yeah?
And get some pants for the chicken.
Yep, get some pants for the chicken. Amelia Bedelia heard the door open. The folks are back, she said. She rushed out to meet them. Amelia Bedelia, why are the light bulbs outside? Said Mr. Rogers. The list just said to put the lights out, said Amelia Bedelia. It didn't say to bring them back in. Oh, I do hope they didn't get aired out too long. She might have left the light bulbs out for too long. Uh-oh. Amelia Bedelia, the sun will fade the furniture. I asked you to draw the drapes, said Mrs. Rogers. I did, see? Said Amelia Bedelia. She held up her picture. See, she's showing Mrs. Rogers her picture of drawing the drapes.
You might not know this. I'll let you on the secret. So when you draw the drape, Amelia Bedelia followed this instruction to the letter. She drew the drapes. But usually when people say draw the drapes, they just mean to close them.
Yep, to draw means to close.
That's a yeah.
Then, Mrs. Rogers saw the furniture. The furniture, she cried. Did I dust it well enough? Asked Amelia Bedelia. That's such a nice dusting powder, she said. Mr. Rogers went to wash his hands. I say, he called, these are very unusual towels. Mrs. Mrs. Rogers dashed into the bathroom. "Oh, my best towels," she said. "Didn't I change them enough?" asked Amelia Bedelia. Seeing how Mrs. Rogers is kind of upset now?
Well, they are changed.
They're
She
changed.
didn't switch them out.
There's
She
some
did change
different
them.
shapes and things cut into them now, so they're different. You like them? Mrs. Rogers went to the kitchen. "I'll cook dinner. Where's the rice I asked you to measure?" "I put it back in the container, but I remembered it measured 4.5 inches,"
There we go.
said Amelia Bedelia. So she measured 4.5 inches of rice
Instead of like cows.
instead of a cup of rice, how
Yeah.
you usually measure it to cook it. "Was the meat delivered?" asked Mrs. Rogers. "Yes," said Amelia Bedelia. "I trimmed the fat just like you said. It does look nice." Mrs. Rogers rushed to the icebox. She opened it. "Lace? Ribbons? Oh dear," said Mrs. Rogers. So she put lace and ribbons on the steak to trim it. She
Right.
gave it trim.
Instead of taking the
With
fat off, she
lace.
puts the trim on it. Yeah, of course.
Okay. The chicken? You dressed the chicken? Said Mrs. Rogers. "Yes, and I found the nicest box to put him in," said Amelia Bedelia. "Box?" claimed Mrs. Rogers. Mrs. Rogers hurried over to the box. She lifted the lid. There lay the chicken, and he was just as dressed as he could be,
Yeah.
in some nice lederhosen.
Yeah. As you know, all boy chickens wear lederhosen.
Yes, that's very accurate. That's
Exactly how that works.
That is not normally how you dress a chicken. You normally dress a chicken with like some dressing to marinate it, to season it.
Some vegetables.
Vegetables.
Yeah.
Mrs. Rogers was angry. She was very, very angry. She opened her mouth. Mrs. Rogers meant to tell Amelia Bedelia that she was fired, but before she could get the words out, Mr. Rogers put something in her mouth. What does it look like? What does that look like that is? Pie? Yeah, maybe it's pie? It was so good. Mrs. Rogers forgot about being angry. "Lemon meringue pie?" she exclaimed. "I made it to surprise you," said Amelia Bedelia happily. So right then and there, Mr. and Mrs. Rogers decided that Amelia Bedelia must stay. And so she did. Mrs. Rogers learned to say, "Undust the furniture, unlight the lights, close the drapes," and things like that. Mr. Rogers didn't care if Amelia Bedelia trimmed all of his steaks with lace. All he cared about was having her there to make lemon meringue pie.
Very good.
And we're finished. Kind of a fun book, huh? Yeah.
That's Amelia Bedelia.
Amelia Bedelia, yay! Thank you, Miss Callie.
I love that book too because, yeah, well, maybe I'll go back. I like how in the end they decide to keep her around instead of firing her, and the way that they just deal with that is they don't tell her how to be or what to be like, or that she was wrong necessarily, because she was interpreting those directions very well, I would say. That's my opinion.
Okay. Yeah.
But instead, they just decided to work with her and make sure that she knew how to do things based on the way that she understood them.
So they had to understand her.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
There we go.
And then she was able to clean just as they needed.
Awesome. Well, are we gonna sing another song?
Yes, let's sing another song. We'll sing one more song and then we'll be done for today. This is a song that I wrote. My name is Callie, and thank you for sticking with me while I sing it. Oh no, where's my pick? This is embarrassing. There it is. I found it. Everything's fine. Here we go. This song is called I'm Me. As you will grow up, people will show up and tell you ideas they believe. Like you should dress this way and they should act that way. And these toys aren't suitable for anybody. The truth is we all are unique, 'cause being yourself is so chic. Individuality is the new philosophy, or in simpler words, I'm walk into my classroom dressed exactly as I please. I'm me, I'm me. Ordering my burger with an extra slice of cheese. I'm me, I'm me. Waxing poetical about hypotheticals regarding the existence of bees. Oh, unabashedly tell every citizen on earth, I'm me, I'm me. Spending all my free time reading dachshunds of their fleas. I'm me, I'm me. Writing Santiago, my best pen pal overseas. I'm me, I'm me. Hiking and biking and altogether liking situations where I could skin my knee. And yet, considerately, kindly love when doing all of these. Cause I'm me, I'm me. Kazoo break, here we go. Maybe monster trucks are my thing. Maybe I like playing as an elf or a princess every Tuesday evening at 3. Oh, you can't put a limit on whatever makes me happy. I'm me, I'm me. As long as no one's hurt, what's the point of being snappy? I'm me, I'm me. This way or their way or any which where way is absolutely perfect. As long as you're having fun, that's how the world is run. Never feel afraid to tell the whole entire world I'm me, I'm me, I'm me. There we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, I won't keep you any longer. Thank you so much for coming to Reading Time today. This is our first time back in Pocatello for quite a few months. I just want to thank everybody who was involved today. Mr. Zay, Sally Cloud, Mrs. Zay, Mr. Lance for reading a book for us. Thank you, Mr. Lance. Miss Harris, Miss Barr for helping us with the craft. She's way up there. I want to thank Station Square for giving us a place to do this. I'm Miss Callie, and as a special bonus, I have a sticker for each of you. If you want one, you guys want stickers? Yeah, stickers.